Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxford, back in the show. Post-match show, back to Midlothian 3. Rangers 3 is the one and only Albert. The good, the bad and the ugly. Albert.
All rolled up in one game, whole season in one game. There you go. That's how you do it, Rangers. That's madness, mate. As I said, did you imagine if that game meant something that you did? You'd be throwing things at your telly and everything. Anyway.
When we go to the third goal, we just stopped playing. And anyway, we'll go through the game, mate. Well, we started the game reasonably well. We're passing the ball about well. And Dessers had his miss the first possibly, I think, maybe 5 he could have scored, yeah. I'm not saying they were all sitters, but he could have scored on another day. He gets himself in some positions, but the first one, Albert, I mean, the goalie shouldn't even see it, should he?
Woeful, mate, just woeful. He's greeting McCausland but no squaring in the past games, not square. Well, the boy laid that right on a plate for you. What is the boy supposed to do? And then he turns and tries to blame. Do you see him? He suddenly looks at McCausland to say that wasn't. I was like, see if I was McCausland, I'd God run and deck you. Yeah, you're nonsense, by the way. You're a clown. You should have scored the goal, and that's what it's to that. No messing about.
Mm-hmm. Then there's the incident with the penalty kick on Dessers again. And listen, I know back in the day it would have never been a penalty kick. We VAR, the boy's pulling his jersey. Similar to Tuesday night when he gets pushed through 2 horns. It's a penalty kick, Albert.
Penalty long, it's a penalty kick. There's no getting away from it, it's a penalty. Would you find it strange, by the way, that TV, the pictures are showing you, it doesn't confirm it. You're getting, I can't see it. And all of a sudden, as soon as it gets, VAR said it's not a penalty kick, they show you the picture that actually shows that is a penalty kick. So I'm saying, did they see the pictures that we seen first? They didn't see the one that actually shows you it is a penalty kick. There's skullduggery going on with that. Well, I don't know what's happening, but there's definitely skullduggery going on somewhere. Because it's a Stonewall penalty, mate. Stonewall penalty.
I get it, mate. Back in the day, it would be the soft, but with the modern football, he's caught pulling his jersey. So then, we're still playing okay. We're knocking about. We've had opportunities again. McCausland, bad play, getting caught offside, mate. At the back post, because you can see right along the line. Even then, he puts the ball into Dessers, who proceeds again to put it with the bar when it's easy to put it in the net. Wouldn't have counted, Albert, but that's not the point in life.
Still a sitter, mate. He doesn't know he's outside. You know what I mean? When the ball gets to Dessers, he does.
McCausland.
I know, but he doesn't know McCausland's outside. You know what I mean? He's still got to put that ball in the net, and he misses it again for, 5 yards this time?
I think it was less than that, mate. I think it was less.
It's unbelievable, the misses. Jesus. Anyway, so we'll carry on. There's more to come.
Hearts weren't in the game much, and then we've got complete control of the play. Cantwell too casual as we've all pushed up. The midfield have ran past them. It makes a complete hash yet. One pass up the park, the centre backs. I don't know if I really blame them because there's no danger. Cantwell gives the ball away cheaply. It's played through to Shanklin. He just runs through and does what he does, mate, casually, just chips you with Butland, 1-0 down. You're saying, how has this happened?
Dessers, see if you're watching, that's the way you do it. 1 chance, 1 goal. No in the game, 1 chance, 1 goal. That's how you do it, mate. It's as simple as that. Run through there, see the keeper come out, watch the keeper move and chip it out and put it in an empty net. Easy, innit? It's easy. Dessers makes this look as difficult, the most difficult thing ever. But there you go, Big Shankly. He wasn't even in the game. I don't think I'd have barely heard his name in the whole off. Against a run of play, 1 chance, 1 goal.
Yeah. And then they had another opportunity with the boy cut inside. Young Fraser falls for the second time. Obviously, new boots on, mate, that were sliding because he done the same move twice. He fell He just fell, mate. You know, and you're saying, oh, what is wrong? People don't get the right boots on.
Strength, mate. That's strength with that boy. Told you. He's not got the strength in his legs. He's not got the strength, upper body strength as well. He doesn't fall out if he's got the strength, mate. But there you go. And he get left exposed, to be fair. And to be fair to the boy, up until that point, he was no a bad game.
He was all right when we were playing well, and then he sort of fell at it round about the back end of the second half as a team fell at it collectively. So we could do 1-0 doing at half time to think, how was that happened? So we started the second half, we're playing okay, we're controlling the game, and then we get the equaliser. For me, never a foul, mate. The boy tried to buy a foul. He was miles away from the ball. Good play with McCausland, decent play. And I didn't think he'd hit it hard enough initially, but he put it right in the corner and off the post, one each.
That was a good goal, mate. It was a beauty, absolute beauty. But again, you see the players in Scotland, what they're doing. You see how crap a referee that is, and they know if he get down, there's about more than a fair chance that he's going to give you a foul for that. And it was never a foul, mate. Never in a million years was that a foul. But this is the state of Scottish football now with these clown referees. They're woeful, mate. Woeful. But a great goal. I'd give the boys due. A great goal.
Aye, good goal. And then we goes in front, and in between that, there's opportunities for Dessers either side of our goal. And then we goes in front, Cantwell. We break away, we play a 1-2 in. And by the way, it's a dreadful touch with Dessers back to Cantwell. It made it so hard for him. But he done it again, he controlled it, and he put it off the post again, the same side as McCausland, 2-1 up.
That was a good goal. It was a good goal that Cantwell actually made the chance for himself, let's be honest about it. But it was a good goal. It was not a bad move as well, memory serves. It's not a bad move. But we'll go into Cantwell anyway. But that was a good goal, mate, aye.
So we then, they've sort of fell out a wee bit. We're on top. We're passing it about. We gets a third goal. Through Big Silver. 3-1, good finish for the big man. So we're on easy street. We've just got to pass the ball. They're on the beach. Everything's under. The game's done. There's no danger. Our midfield got atrocious. Couldn't keep the ball. We changed our defence. We put a right back, a right sided centre half, a left back, or a midfielder. We put him on the left centre half. When we've got a left centre half on the bench. Don't get it. I know we had to give him minutes, put him on the park. Then we just kept going back, and they scored a goal out of nothing. Bad play. We were both were fullbacks. Taff gets roasted, and Ridvan's no switched on at the back post. Really bad play. 3-2 all there.
Have we seen this goal before this season?
Maybe. And then you're thinking, well, the game's done. We couldn't keep the ball. We kicked up the park. We're not keeping it. One long ball up the park. Young Leon King shows you why he's not a centre-half, mate. He's not a bad football player, Leon, but he's not a centre-half. Because he's got to come last minute of the game. Doesn't matter what he does. He takes everything and he does it clear. I know it's a nothing game. I get all that. The boy flicks on. He's no close to it all there. And the boy, Ridvan lets the boy run off him again. And the boy finishes it well. 3 each. You're thinking, how has that happened?
By the way, they could have scored 2 other ones as well.
Yes, with the ball with Leon King as well. Aye.
And the one in the back post with Tavernier letting the guy run behind him again. And the guy headed it wide. You're sitting going, are you ever going to learn, mate? Are you ever going to learn?
I thought Tavernier, apart from a spell in the second half, I thought it was atrocious today. Along with others, mate. He's not kicked the ball for about 2 or 3 months.
And I'll tell you,
anyway, it ended up 3 each, and people will say it's a nothing game. Of course it is, but we're all disappointed. You know, we want to win football matches. There's a lot wrong with that team. You know, the defence, all right. Centre backs is a makeshift pairing. Big Butland did a couple of good saves. They've only had 4 shots at goal, on target on the game, and scored 3 goals all there.
Well, I said when Thursday was on Thursday. You asked the question, what part of the team would you start strengthening first? What's the priority? And I said the defence. I think we all agree the defence. And that's my point. The point I made then stands. That game just emphasised what I said on Thursday, is our forwards need to score 3 goals sometimes just to draw a game. And there you are. There it's there right in front of you. If your forwards are scoring 3 goals, mate, you should win games. No bother, just win a game. But we can't be we're incapable of doing it with this defence. It's murder. It's just murder, mate. I can't watch any more of it. We're so bad at it.
All right. Listen, we'll get these phone lines open, mate. All right.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
All right, Albert, you've got something you want to say?
About the defence or with general? I can't. Well, that's what I was in Cantwell. To see this boy, he really frustrates me. A great player. He is a great player. There's no getting away from that. He scored a brilliant goal today. I'll give him that. To see this carry on and getting the ball and allowing people to close him down. And then he wants to do a wee body check and wee silly spins that gets you nowhere and pulls his own players out of position, but he doesn't give them the ball. I mean, that's part of what happened today. I'm saying, why don't you just move the ball, son? You've drew them all into you. Move the ball now. No, he refuses to do it, mate. And it's down my head in. That's why Clement doesn't like him. That's why Clement will no build a team around him. Because he does some brilliant things, but it's a cost to it. You know what I mean? There's always a cost to it. And what he done today showed you what happens when you're cruising a game and he starts mincing about. Not just him, but especially him. With the space he gets, when he gets that space, I'm expecting him to really hurt teams, and he's no, mate. He's just messing about. He's showing off, and he's wanting to be it all about him. He's just murder, mate. Murder.
I think there was an instance. I don't think he was the worst player today by a distance, but I get your point. And I think there was an instance deep into the second half where he misses a boot with the edge of their box. Silver's got to hold his line because he can't go offside. There's a simple pass. He delays. Silver can't run because he'll be running offside, and he plays it down too far away from Silver because he's not played it early enough. You mind
that's
that?
The point. Aye. There's been a few of them, mate, and it's the more dangerous. Aye, and the more dangerous it is in the midfield. We've seen he's in the midfield and he starts mincing about in there. Then because if it breaks down, they're right through.
That's how they lost the first goal, mate. That's how they lost the first goal.
Aye, that's what I was going to say. That bad pass caused that goal. And you're in. That's him mincing about again. Absolutely mincing about. You're saying, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of watching you doing this, son. There's no need for it. You're too good a player to be doing this. But he keeps on doing it. It might be a psychological thing. I don't know.
Anyway, we'll be joined by Bear Down Under. Good morning to you, Bear.
Not quite morning.
Not quite morning.
Not quite morning.
No, 9 hours, sorry. My arithmetic's all right. All right, mate, get it off your chest.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to commend you two gentlemen for these pre-match, after-match shows because, Jesus Christ, this has been murder recently, is it not?
You're telling us.
Hats off to you boys, honestly. Hats off to you. But obviously it was a nothing game. We get that. However, I think that game's told us a fair bit about a lot certain individuals. I don't really want to come on here and run young boys down. Do you know what I mean? That's not what I like today. However, I think we know the boy King's not a centre half. I think we know the boy left back isn't quite ready, or probably never will be ready, unfortunately, to play for Rangers. However, I'm going to take a wee bit of shining light out of something in that game, and I thought the boy McCloskey showed a bit of character, as Albert said. I heard you, Albert, after what happened the other night. You know, that's a bit of character after he had a bit of a shocker. What he done, but to be fair, I thought his goal he took really, really well. And you can go start nitpicking it or whatever else. I thought Raskin showed the difference a wee bit. No, obviously it's a 3-3 nothing game and what have you, but I did see that difference of no dropping deep, taking it off the centre half's fade 2 metres away, You know what I mean? The way Lund's been doing. I actually was watching during the game. I thought, I reckon the likes of yourself or Albert would be sitting watching Raskin going, he'll do for, he's a better option, put it that way.
Oh,
well, no, he'll do for you. I thought, that's what you've been shouting and bawling about. And fair play to you, pal. I thought you'd been sitting watching going, at least he's looking for the forward passes. He's doing a bit different. He's been no magnificent. I'm not saying that there was no players were above 7 a day for me, to be honest with you. But it just shows you the fact is we don't need that deep line midfielder taking balls for their centre half. But I thought Tavernier on that second goal. Oh my God. What are we doing? That's our captain. And the boy just absolutely done him a belter. And we cannot have that. I'm sorry. Moving forward. And again, I'm not trying to run players down, but I thought, what is going on here? That's not good enough for the Rangers captain. Take away the Rangers captaincy as a fullback. What are you actually doing? He's actually done him a belter. And, horrendous to watch. Horrendous.
It wasn't great, Albert.
He's right. It was a belter, man. But fair play to the boy that done it. No, was it Vegas or whatever his name is? He turned him inside out, man. He really did. But to be fair to wee Fraser, by the way, bear down under, you got to cut him a bit of slack because he's only been at the club 14 years. You know what I mean? So give him an half 14 year and he might be half decent. Nah, I'm only kidding. I like the boy. He's just no strong enough, mate. He's no strong enough. And that's down to the academy. So I'm putting that right down to them. Up until he started slipping about the place, he was having no a bad game. But then it's a 90-minute game, isn't it? It's however long you're on the park game. And you're supposed to do it right up to the end. But see your Raskin point, and I agree with you, mate. Totally agree with you, mate. It's a difference. The trouble we're asking, and the trouble with Diamande, and Ox keeps going on about it, they disappear out the game too much. They're not in the game all the time, but the bits they're in the game, they do all right. Because, as you say, Lundstrom would turn and go and head towards where in centre horse. Well, they're not interested in turning centre horse. They're interested in getting up that park. And that's what we're all interested in, get us up the park and do something up the other end. So I agree with you, mate. Totally agree with you.
Well, I don't actually.
Boys.
I see it slightly different. I thought Raskin was pretty average today. I think his distribution and his decision making. I agree with you. He brings more energy in his 10-year further forward than Lundstrom. But I'll ask you two fine upstanding gentlemen this question: what did Diamande and Raskin create the whole game?
Well, Diamande had 2 or 3 shots.
Right,
That's for a start.
You can have a shot, and none of them are close. They weren't the efforts. It was the great saves. The thing with the trickle, the goal kind of threw his butt on them. What did they create the whole game? Where was the killer pass for the two of them?
Can I put something back to you?
For the defence.
No, I'm not. This is even defence. This is a question that was put to me myself halfway through that second half, right? And this is to the two of you, and it's something that I've heard on your show as I've been listening back, and I totally agree with it when we talk about Diamande as a project, right? Okay, we're agreeing that it's a fair enough comment. He's a project, okay? So, can you tell me anything different? I'm going to compare Diamande and I'm going to compare McLaughlin as projects, okay? I would say that Ross McCollum is in the same basket as a project. And I'm not here saying I really like the boy. I'm not jumping and shouting and balling. No. He's got the rest of it, right? But are we in a position to go and spend £4.5 million on a project when I'm comparing McCloskey and Diamande, and I would put them on par to say the both of them are projects, but the difference is, can we afford to go and spend £4.5 million on a project when you've potentially got, a project in your... I know it's a completely different what I've been saying with the left back and King and blah, 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 but I'm looking at Diamante and I'm looking at McCloskey, and I would say they were on level, and if no par. But where's the value there? I'm sorry, I'll put it out to you, and that's just me. What I've seen.
Diamante is arguably the best bit of skill in the game. In the first half, halfway in the Hearts half, the ball came up, he dribbled past about three of them, and he pulled to the square. Now, when he meant it, he got the break of the ball. I've never seen it back all, but it looked magnificent. But I'll tell you now, the boy plays in centre midfield, he cannot header the ball.
He did today, actually, once. But you're saying what they create and all that. They didn't create much. But let's know what we were saying. We were saying that he's better than Lundstrom because they're not playing. You're not picking 2-yard passes after centre half. Right. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying.
Right. Okay. All right. I'll give you that. We'll shake hands on that one and move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But listen. I'm not having a go at the boy there, Mandy. I'm just saying that he's a boy learning his trade, and I take Bird Down Under's point about your time. And what I will also say in Waskin's defence, who I don't think can distribute the ball brilliantly, he gives you more mobility in there than John Lundstrom, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah.
Oh, but he does the same thing that Lundstrom does. He disappears in chunks of the game. I don't like that about him. He does do that. But I would take him all day long rather than Lundstrom. Do you think he is the guy that we need in that position? No, I think we need better than even Raskin in that position. But that's what we've got, mate. And if it's a straight choice between him and Lundstrom, I'll take him.
Mm-hmm. All right, mate. All right. Well, the mood's changed because we lost that third goal. The goals to game were pretty good, all Bear Down Under. But we've got to defend better. And I suppose Hearts will say they've got to defend better for the goals they've lost. But the first goal, Cantwell. The second goal, Tav stroke Ridvan. The third goal, Leon King stroke Ridvan. Only because the runners went off him. I don't know what Big Stirling was doing there. He's got to go and cover. But it just summed up the season if we've been on. Oh, it's just summed up the last 6-8 weeks, all Bear Down Under.
Aye, it was painful to watch, man. That I just watched that big looping header, that big looping ball in, and that's what you want as a commanding centre half, to come in and just win that ball. And I don't know what happened. I don't know why I'm comparing it, but I just thought of Richard Gough, what I'd seen growing up, and that would have just been following the ball, never in doubt, do what you need to do, and it's just painful, man. It's just painful to watch, and I don't like, as you said, Ox, the boy King's never a centre half. If that's the way position he wants to play, and that's what he sees himself in the future, I'm sorry, it's not at Rangers. I don't, honestly, I'm really biting my tongue when it comes to young boys.
I don't think he sees himself as centre half, mate. He's wasted a couple of seasons of his career, all Bear, and you come.
I agree with that. He has wasted a couple of seasons of his career, and he'll carry on wasting his career if he doesn't waking up and somebody give him some good advice, and his agent or his family, somebody needs to talk to him. Same as with the young male. When he woke up and went, I need to go out here. Okay, he's playing with Kilmarnock. You might not say it's not a great team, but at least the boy's playing first team regular football in a Premiership club, or albeit Scottish, but he's still playing. He wasn't doing that at Rangers. He was mincing about in the B team and never even owned the bench for us. So King, no, if I was a boy King, I would start saying to myself, I need to get out of here. I definitely need to get out of here. I'm not progressing. Not just my career, my ability, my awareness of the game, my experience. I mean, if he went to another club than who, say in 5 year time, and go, what's your experience? 7 years sitting in the Rangers bins. All right. So 7 years, you couldn't have been a good enough player to go on in 7 years. So what are we going to sign you for? I mean, you've got to think of that. But again, he's not a centre half. I see he's not a centre half. You see he's not a centre half. Everybody sees he's not a centre half. But we keep playing him centre half. You work it out. I don't know. I can't work it out. And manager after manager that come in and when they put him on the park, which is very rare, play him at centre half. I don't know. I can't answer it, mate. You need to go down and ask Lamont and Beale and Gerrard and all the rest of them. Played him in that position. And he's also played at that position that's in the Champions League. I mean, That's some going for a young boy to do that. That's unbelievable. But there you go. I can't answer it, mate. But the young players are the young players. They're no physically ready. It's just simple as that. They're just simply no. Their ability's no in question. I'm telling you, they're good players, but you can't show at that level if you're not strong enough.
Can I throw something out there? And people will compare Dessers and what Shanklin done with that finish, and they'll say we should have signed Shanklin. We should have done last summer.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for.
We should have signed them last summer, no in January, because we'd done my tanking, and that's the scouting and recruitment. Similar ages, similar mobility. Shanklin holds the ball up better than Dessers, and Merriwear. He's got a better touch and is a better fit, but he's a blue nose and he's Scottish. We didn't sign him last summer, and I'm going to put it to you two fine gentlemen again because of snobbery. They're down under.
Well, all I can tell you is when that ball went through to for Shanklin's goal, I turned to my good lady and said, before he even ran on yet, I says, "There's a goal there." I just knew the fact is it was going to be. It was a great finish. Do you know what I mean? But that's maybe one of the things we learned in that match as well. You can talk about whether it's January, December, blah blah blah. I think that told us as well that Dessers got 22 goals so far. So in hindsight, innit? It's all really in hindsight.
You could have 22 goals in that one game, mate.
You should. If Shanklin
I think you're being a bit harsh. It should have been probably 22 goals in the last two games. But
if Shanklin's playing a day for us, he scores 5. He scores 5 a day if he's playing for us a day. The chances that Dessers got, he'd have put him away. All right, one of them might have been offside, but he'd have put it away anyway and argued a point later. As for the snobbery, I don't agree with that, Oxford. I don't. I think it's, apart from the model, he's a bit too old. Apart from, I'll put that aside at the moment, right? Mm-hmm. The clubs they'll no deal with us, mate. You've got to understand they'll no deal with us. They just won't. They'll deal with us if they're going to add nothings onto the end of every player's value, and that's a fact, mate. So if we'd have went for him, they'd have been looking 5 million plus. They'd have been looking for that.
But we spent about 4 million. We spent about 4 million in Dessers, mate.
Right, but I know I'm getting what you're saying, mate. That was Beale, but that's the reason we're not doing it now. That's the reason the model. You're setting a model up and saying, right, we stick to this model. We're going to have to work within this model, and then all of a sudden you just go and get Shanklin and go, right, we're going to pay much you want. They'll be saying 5 million plus add-ons, by the way. What's the add-ons? If you win a cup or a league this year, we get another $1 million. And then if you get into the Champions League and you progress in that, we get money out of that as well. But they'll want all sorts. That's the reason we can't sign players most of the time for Scotland, because they'll no deal. They'll no play fair with us, to put it a bit of different. I don't think it's anything to do with snobbery. I just think it's hard to deal with Scottish clubs with Rangers.
All right.
Oxford, would you have spent 4 million on Shanklin last summer? What you just said, would you have spent 4 million on Shanklin before he scored 30 odd goals? Would you have spent 4 million on Shanklin
last? No.
Right. So then I think you've answered your own question. It's all right in hindsight. No, you wouldn't have done.
But I want to know who scouted. I want to know who Dessers. There you go.
Well, I think, to be fair to Dessers, I'm not going to. I've done my bit of homework on Dessers as well, and I've watched a few podcasts other than obviously number one in the nation. And when you look at Dessers, when he was at Feyenoord? He was at Feyenoord, wasn't he, when he finished top goal scorer in Conference Europa, the Conference League, correct? When you actually dig into that, he wasn't even Feyenoord's first choice striker, right? Then he went to Italy, off of the back of that, and he paid a bit of money. Obviously, the fact is, this boy scored 11 goals in the Conference League and blah blah blah. He was playing with a lower league team. So again, it's back to our scouting. It's back to the fact is, what did this boy actually? Has he played is under that pressure. Has he ever been the first choice number 9? And when you actually dig into Danilo as well, Oxchair, and look at him, he wasn't. He you know, I mean, he was at Ajax. Was never. And then he took Cameron's move to go away. So I think it's you can't. It's easy to blame the players and what have you, but our recruitment and where we have been bringing these boys in for, our homework that we have been doing has been shocking. And I'm going to include Lammers in that as well. We've been buying players based on what they've done past, know what they've been doing the past 2 or 3 years. So in terms of Dessers, I don't think you can really, like, when you look at where he's been playing and how many minutes per game and where he's been coming on, maybe that's what the best we're going to hope for with Dessers is a second or third choice striker, pal. That's my view anyway.
Listen, if you look at his actual, if you're really honest about him, and I think we won that game today if he scores goals, because I think he could have easily had a hat trick. And I'm being fair then. I think I'm being fair a bit. But listen, if you scout him, you say, right, okay, can he score a goal? And we've seen that he can score a goal, right? We've seen that. And does he get any positions to score a goal? Most definitely. He must have more chances than any other centre in the league, which is frightening. Is he quick? No. Is he good in the air? No. Is he good touch? No. Is his distribution? No. So how did we sign him, Albert?
That's down to Beale, isn't it? He's the man. He said he played. He was in Holland. They played against whoever he was with, and he played well. He's a nuisance. That was the term he used. He's a nuisance.
Oh, he's definitely
he's a nuisance. A nuisance to his own team. But anyway, that's what he said. That was he described. But put it this way, here's another question I was thinking about. If we'd have kept Cholak, and Cholak gets all the chances that Dessers scored, many goals you think Cholak would have scored this season?
Double the league goals, mate, which is I think about 16. He's got some league goals or something like that. I think the Cholak with the same minutes, with the same chances, might have hit 30. Yeah.
Yep. I agree with that, mate. I agree with that. That's true. And we get rid of him. And he's similar players.
I says I totally agree with what you've just said there. When it comes to what you with that, but when you're talking about what to sign another striker in Scotland to play for us, I wouldn't even be Shankland for me. Wouldn't even be Shankland going forward and where it's our profile. And I know it's not going to happen, as Albert said there when we were buying for other Scottish clubs. But for me, the boy at Aberdeen, Miovski, he fits our profile.
They'd want about 7 million for him if we went for him.
Supposedly, well, that's when you've got to that. Well, again, Ox, you've got to wait and see. That's what they're saying what they want. Is it no? Is it no up to us to be sitting in the wings to basically say, well, we're going to give you X amount, see where it comes for? Because I believe he's going to move on. But I believe that boy should be our number one summer target, and it's obviously going to be controversial. But for me, he fits the profile, everything about it. Would I overpay for him? No. However, look at what we've been paying for players in the past. You've just mentioned 4.5 million for Dessers, blah blah blah. So, what gives us the right to think that we're not going to go and give Aberdeen 3.5 million for you know what I mean? Somebody that's international.
It's you're selling your house, you want everybody to go top dollar for you, and you walk round the corner of the house you want them to go under. That's the way football works, all bear, isn't it?
Aye, listen, bear down under. If you're going to spend 7 million a player, right, who would you rather have? Miovski of Aberdeen or Seamer for Brighton?
For 7 million?
For 7 million, aye.
Neither. For 7 million. For neither. If you're asking pound value, would I pay 7 million for Seamer? No. Would I pay 7 million for Miovski? No. That doesn't mean that's not me saying that I wouldn't want them. But all I'm saying is it's a market out there. I don't believe that anybody's going to pay 7 million for Miovski to Aberdeen, to be honest
No,
with you.
I agree, but they're going to charge. That's what the price to us is. That's what I was trying to say earlier on. That these teams in Scotland add zeros onto the numbers, the value of players when it comes to Rangers. But I agree with you. He's not worth £7 million. Whether Seamers is worth £7 million, I don't know. But at the end of the day, if we're going to deal with any team in Scotland, I mean any team in Scotland, we're not getting any bargains, mate. None whatsoever. We're not even getting the market value. They're going to charge us over the market value.
But is that us to stop? What makes us feel the right that we've got to expect a bargain because we're buying in Scotland? Is this? Have we not got to start learning our lesson? We're letting these players go over the years. You've got the boy Ferguson. Do you know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean. What would he go for? £3.5 million for Aberdeen. Do you know what I mean? Let us in. So, is it us? What gives us the rights to think that we're expecting a bargain because we're Rangers? Is that no? But we've got to basically pay the fee.
Ferguson going to at least £3.5 million now as a bargain, isn't it?
Let's part this, boys, and we'll go back to.
I'm sorry. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, because
that's irrelevant.
Listen, I think we go into that, and I'll put it to you because we mentioned the strikers. I think we won that game today with a centre forward. Yeah, and that game sort of sussed up our whole season. Started all right, then fell away, all bare, lost a goal, lost our way, fought back, well in front. It was in our own hands, in our own destiny, and we blew it. That game, that bounce game, summed up our whole season. And we would have won more points if we put the ball in the net at the right time. All better.
There's nothing else you can say, mate. That is it. What do you mean? If you take it forward now to the next week, the cup final, let's give them now the emphasis to go, doesn't matter if they're 2-0 up or 3-0 up, just keep going at them. Let's give them that emphasis to do that. So we can't put anybody away because we were in confidence, and that's what it was today, which summed up the season, as you nicely put it there. It really did. That's the end of the story. There's not much else you can add to it. Are we going to learn? Nope. Is the manager going to learn? I think he'll learn. I think he knows. I don't think he needs to learn. I think he knows. I think that's why he's raging now.
Well, mate, I don't know if it is, mate. There was a chance to put on young Yofeko when he prints on mid-fan so he gets a left-sided defender on there. Take Raskin off, who I think had run his race a wee bit at that time. Put Sterling on in there. Yeah, I know I'm champion to get him on in midfield and then let him get his minutes there, and he never done it. I don't know if the manager is learning. Anyway, bear down under.
I watched that game today and I thought Ben Davies was actually no bad. Was that just me? I didn't really think watch.
He can look comfortable on the ball, but if you watch
comfortable,
him,
that's calm.
Comfortable on the ball, but if you look, he chested it down for one of their forwards. He doesn't sniff danger there.
No, I know, but does he bring a wee bit of calmness, a balance? I don't know what it is. I thought that, like, I didn't mind Davis in the day. I don't think we can sit and say that he was at fault. I thought the guy's not played a lot of games recently. I'm not saying that that's the way we're going to go with next season. Far from it. That's not what I meant.
It wasn't fault for any of the goals because he was after two of them, and then the first goal he wasn't involved in because the ball was passed and it was Campbell's miscontrol. But he did make a howler when he just did it doing for again. Albert.
The way I look at it, any defender, even the ones that are on and ones that came on, any defence that loses 3 goals, everybody's having a nightmare as far as I'm concerned. You sit and go, we should not be losing 3 goals. But I get what you're saying, Bear Down. He did look all right and calm, but we still lost 3 goals, and that's just not acceptable. It's just no. I can't put it any other way, you know what I mean? And they all can sit there and blame this and blame that. You're a defender. You're the defence. Butland, I bet you Butland's getting tore into them saying, you make me look like a clown here, by the way. I'm pulling off a couple of saves here and there, but I can't keep every single shot out. That's impossible. They shouldn't be getting these shots and they shouldn't be getting these chances. Simple headers to win and clear. Simple blocks on a winger. Don't let them turn you inside out. Don't let your guy run off you. All these things, all these simple things are happening and causing us goals. So, nah. Ben Davies is all right. He's all right. He's not the worst player I've ever seen, but would you think he's our number 1 centre-half next year? No, I don't think so.
Would you take 2 million? You get him off the wage bill?
Absolutely.
Definitely not. I would definitely agree that I'm not saying that he's the answer. That's not what I'm getting at, but I would say that he's, where have we gone me next year? Who's locked in? Do you know what I mean already for big contracts? And would you have, I'm not with Balogun. I definitely wouldn't be keen him another contract, but that's another game for a different show. That's different options. But even when I thought Silva come on, and as much as we've given him a bit of stick, that was a goal that's in Silva. Do you know? It was a nice finish. I thought he's drifting out the back. He's been a problem at that, coming to the left into the centre. I thought that's, especially with the cup final and obviously his performance at Parkhead, I thought that's something that we've got to look at. Also liked, don't know what it was that we didn't see enough of it, but it was just nice to have big Sima through the middle as a presence, and maybe that's another option for the manager not to start with Dessers. But I thought he's a bit different, a bit of presence in there as well on a positive note.
Didn't look fit. I don't know, but you thought Albert, he didn't look fit.
No, I didn't look fit. To go back to Silva, you're right, Bernard. That was a good goal. He did take it well. Different. See that boy. There's 3 chances he got at the latter end of the season here, and see if he takes the 3 of them. This is a completely different. We're looking at that boy completely different. The one against Muddle, when he goes in, the 3 chances are the exact same chances. The one he goes in Muddle, who comes from behind the defender, and the keeper, he hits it into the keeper's hands, basically misses it. The one he scores against Kilmarnock, where he floated in and scores that goal. So the Muddle game, we lose. The Kilmarnock one he scores, we win. And the Celtic one he misses and we lose. You're saying if you score the 3 goals and we win the 3 games, which is a fair chance we could have, you're a different player. You get looked on differently. That's. But at the end of the day, he comes blindside again and whacks that into the net. Good goal, well taken, struck really, really sweetly. And you're saying, there you are. You've got that in your locker. We just need to see more of it.
Anyway, we've reached near enough the end of the show. Bertrand Under, we want to thank you for all your support, mate. You're one of our star callers, and we appreciate the time difference, mate. It's always great to hear from you.
No, thank you very much. As I said, I don't go on as much as I'd like to, but I'd also like to congratulate Albert for not being that old, because your dementia's not kicked in yet, pal. Because I can't remember any of the goals that you just mentioned.
You ought to see him trying to put tunes in the jukebox. You would argue that his dementia's well past.
I think you're a lot younger than what you are, pal. But honestly, boys, I commend you on your shows, especially your before and after. It's been an absolute joy. Everybody on your panel has been brilliant this year. As I say, it's a wee shining light for me going to work in the morning and getting to listen to your tour podcasts and whatever you're doing. Keep up the good work. And yeah, by the way, we've still got a cup final to win. By the way,
Yeah.
It's definitely doable. I don't like to touch on how poor we have been or where the teams are at, but I'm going to say something that's not going to be probably liked by many from both sides, but this has been 2 poor Old Firm teams. This has been 2 poor teams this year, and I think that's why it sticks in the throat for some years. But it is what it is. You live and learn, and hopefully it's up for our club to have a great summer, and it's in the hands of the hierarchy now.
Yeah. I mean, you see that Gary Brownlee game a cuddle for me, yeah?
No, cuddle. Give him a cuddle with one hand. Seen the size of him?
You run round him, you give him a cuddle.
No, he's he makes me look tall. Albert, last word for your good self.
Aye. I was going to say it was enjoyable, but it wasn't enjoyable. It was, we had to do it. It was under sufferance we had to do this game, meaning nothing. 8 games that mean nothing. But anyway, it's finished now. The season's done. It's only one way up. The only one way for us now is up. That's the way I'm looking at it. So let's go on with the rebuild. Let's go on with next week's cup final. We can win it. We should win it. We will win it.
You're here. Thanks to Bird Down Under. Thanks to Albert. Thanks to Jim 115 who was trying to get in. We love Jim, but we couldn't get him in for some reason. He might have been busy. Always good to hear from Jim. Hopefully we'll hear from him during the week. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals in the league match seasons. We really appreciate it. And without them, there's no show. And I think anybody who enjoys the show, they're the two men that make it possible. So thanks for them for the league campaign. Thanks to everybody for listening. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back on Monday night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. Might mention the Heart again, but I think all the focus will come on it again against them next Saturday at Hampden. Thanks for listening. Take it away, Old School Boy.